Welcome back to Firefly, the board game. We're playing a complete three-player game. Up first, Marco. He's still over there at Beaumont with Fanty and Mingo. And the first thing he's going to do, first of his two actions, and you can't do the same action twice, I don't know if I mentioned that, is he's going to look through the Beaumont deck. He's looking for crew. That's what he wants. And the discard pile right now is a Fruity Odie bar and Heist Intel. He's not interested in that. So he's going to look at the top three cards. And he's going to see what he's got for crew. 1, 2, 3, because he wants to crew up as much as possible before he heads out. And nope, Meridian Gambling, Ral's Browncoat. Ooh, Cortland, Soldier Mechanic, 300. I think he is definitely going to go ahead and get Cortland. I don't think he's going to bother getting the other two. So he will get Cortland. Let's add that to his crew. Alright, so he is, Marco here is going to be purchasing Cortland, and he's got a gun and a mechanic symbol. He's a soldier and a mechanic. That's actually not bad. Laws are for the poor. You may pay bribes before any negotiate test. Any negotiate and bribes cannot be used for showdowns. That's going to cost him $300. There's his job that he's considering. And boom, he's got 4 in his crew, maximum size now of 7. And that's going to cost him $300. Away goes the money. Alright, next up he's going to do a full burn. And for him, +1 to initiate full burn, he can move up to 6 spaces on the board. That's going to cost him a fuel. He's spending his fuel for a full burn. Well, let's figure out where he's going, and I'll show you how the movement works in the game. Alright, looks like we're going to be looking at all of the decks this time. So he's over in rim space right now. His first move is to go from Beaumont to here in rim space. So every space you move into, you draw a card from that deck, and you see what happens. So his first movement of 6, up to 6, is rim space, and it's enhanced enforcement. Place an alliance alert token in every sector occupied by an outlaw ship. Okay. Outlaw ships mean if you have any wanted crew, if you have any contraband or fugitives, you are a wanted ship. So, and keep flying. So place an alliance alert token every sector by an outlaw ship. Alright, well, that's his first move. So we're going to be placing those tokens out. And so Nandy has got River and yeah, River and Simon with her. There's an alert token. And of course he is also not a nice guy, so we're putting it here. He's an outlaw because he's got a couple of mercs with him. Actually, no, he's not. Strangely enough, Marco has no contraband, no fugitives, and he doesn't have any wanted crew. I can't believe that. I had a look at all of his crew. None of them are wanted. Now for us, we have no wanted crew. So the only moral person in the game, which is Nandy, is the only one that suffered that alert token. Alright, continuing the movement, we don't know where he's going, but he's going right here. Now he's gone from rim space, he's now into border space. So the first card, he enters into border space, and it is, alright, he can do a salvage op, load 2 cargo full stop, or he can just keep flying. And he's just going to keep flying. Alright, next move, he's going to go here, another border space move, and player to your right must move a Reaver ship 1 sector within border or rim space. Keep flying. Alright, so that's me. We get to move one of the Reaver ships 1 sector. Well, let's go ahead and do that. And yes, we have these lovely 3 Reaver ships here, and whenever a Reaver ship moves, it drops an alert token behind it. Let's move this one out here, and that's going to drop one of these alert tokens there. So now there's 2 in that space. Alright, he's still flying. He's only got 1, 2, 3. He still has a maximum movement of 3 more spaces. I'm not sure where he's going, but let's find out. Alright, he's not ending his movement, so let's go ahead and see where he's going next. He's going to go into Alliance space. Boom. That was his 1, 2, 3. That's his 4th move. Now we're into the Alliance space deck. And, oh my goodness, Player to your right must move the operative's Corvette to an unoccupied Alliance border or rim sector adjacent to your current location. Oh wow, so the Corvette moves adjacent to your current location. Keep flying. Alright, so we get to take the Corvette and move it adjacent to his current location. I don't know where he's going, so let's go ahead adjacent, hey? Where do we want to put it? We can put it, well, let's put it here at Lux. So the Alliance cruiser, oh, did it say cruiser or did it say, no, Corvette. That's the Corvette shows up here. Alright, he still has one more move, maybe that messed him up. He's going to move his final move in Alliance space over here to where Badger, Persephone, and Nandy are. One more Alliance card, and that's Keep Flying. He gets there, and he's going to end his turn there and end his movement. Alright, up next is us, Corbin. We're down here at Amandul's Space Bazaar location, so let's figure out what we want to do for our turn. And yes, I forgot, when Marco moved in here, we do have an Alliance token. We have to roll a die. And if we roll equal to or less than the number of Alliance tokens there, the Alliance cruiser Harkin's going to show up. He's going to roll his die, if I can find it, and then we're going to see if the Alliance cruiser shows up. All right, Artful Dodger die, sorry about that. And does he roll a 1? He rolls a 6. So the little Firefly symbol on the die is 6, so he does not. The Corvette's already close, but the Alliance cruiser doesn't show up. Alright, over we go to us, Corbin, and our Wan Key Firefly to see what we want to do. We have 2 actions for this turn. Well, it's suddenly getting awful crowded in the verse, but we need some crew. We've got no crew. We need to fish for crew. So we're sitting at the Space Bazaar. Let's see what we can find. So the Space Bazaar discard pile has Dalin. I just don't know if we want this guy. He's wanted. It makes us a outlaw ship. Once per work action, you pay 200, discard or redraw a misbehaved card. He's a mechanic. Negotiate. We have so much mechanic. Hacking rig. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we want the hacking rig before we start moving. I think we're going to consider the hacking rig, but we are looking for crew. So we're sitting here at the Space Bazaar, so we can grab 2 more cards. Off top of the Space Bazaar deck. So we're considering the hacking rig. Oh wow, crew, pilot. Oh my god, we're going to grab him for sure. +2 fuel from salvage ops, Dirty Leech. He's not wanted or anything, and he's a mechanic pilot, absolutely buying him. And we have a gun hand, Merc, or the hacking crew. Do we want to have the Merc? Oh, when killed, discard instead of removing from play. Oh boy, all nice choices. But I think we're going to... Oh, I kind of want that hacking rig, but... and we are leaving this planet, so... I think we're going to grab the 2 crew, and that's going to cost us 300. We're going to put the hacking rig back. I want all 3 of them, but I can't have it. Alright, let's go pay for our crew and add them to our ship, and then I think we're going to be flying away after this. Alright, so here we sit, and we are, of course, hiring our crew. So we're going to hire our pilot, yes, and a Merc. And we got a gun and another tech symbol. So our pilot is going to come in very useful. We now have a mechanic and pilot, and that becomes very useful for trying to do crazy Ivan Burns to get away from Reavers. Information you wouldn't know if you've never played the game before, but it's always good to know. So that's going to cost us 300. We're going to spend 500, and we get a couple hundred back. So now we're sitting at 1,400, and we have our Amandul job. Now what we want to get to is we want to get to Sihon White Sun, misbehaved to load 2 contraband. Yeah, we've got some mechanic skill, 1 gun. We might have a real problem trying to misbehave. Probably should have grabbed that hacking rig. But we're going to make our way over to Sihon and the White Sun. So we're going to spend a fuel to do a full burn. We just have a regular drive, so we can go up to 5 spaces. Let's get moving. Alright, so for us it's just a puddle jump. We've got 1, 2, 3 spaces to get here to where we want to start our job. So let's get moving. We're sitting here right now in border space. We're going to pop into, of course, Alliance Space, so we take the top card off the Alliance Space deck, and it's Keep Flying. No problem there. And next up we move here for 2. And, oh, player to your right must move the Operative's Corvette 1 or 2 sectors within Alliance Space, border, or rib space. No! Oh, you suck. Okay, oh, this is bad. So the player to the right, so that would be Nandy. Nandy gets to move the Corvette 1 or 2 sectors. So, of course, she's going to move the Corvette. Oh, look, 1, 2, right into where we are. How lovely. All right. Oh, what happens? Resolve when the Corvette ends its move in an outlaw ship's sector. Are we an outlaw ship? Are we? I don't think we're an outlaw ship. And when an outlaw ship moves into the Corvette. So I don't think we need to resolve anything. The Corvette just shows up. Let me double check that, because I don't think we do. I think we can keep flying because we're not an outlaw ship. All right, nice try, Nandy. We have no wanted crew. We have no warrants. So that means we don't have to resolve anything from the Corvette. So the Corvette just kind of scans our ship and goes, nah, you're not the ship we're looking for. So we get to move once more. Oh man, so we're moving to Sea Hall, which is where we need to get to in Alliance Space. And, oh gosh, just keep her in the air. Break down 1 to 4 full stop, or +5 plus things. Spend a part, keep flying. We don't want to fly any farther anyway, so we're going to do a mechanic check. Take a look at our skills, and then we're going to roll a die. And I don't think it really matters because we're not flying anymore anyway. We are at the location we want to be, but we want to roll the die anyway, just to double check. Alright, so this is as good a time as any to just show you how checks work. So we are a mechanic. We've got 2 mechanic wrenches, and our pilot also has one. So that's going to give us 3 on our die roll, whoops, for this card for the breakdown. So again, we're in the location we need to be, so we don't even really care. But we need a 5 to keep flying. So we have +3. Let's get out our die, our Yuan T die. We'll roll it up, and we basically need a 2 or higher to keep flying because of our skills. Let's do it. Alright, so we got off the dice tray, and yes, we're at the location we need to be, so even if we roll a 1, we don't really care. We're just going to stop flying anyway. We roll a 2, and so you saw our skills. A 2 plus 3 is 5, so we could keep flying if we wanted to. We've gone 3 spaces. We have a total drive distance of 5, but we don't want to go any farther anyway, so we're going to end our turn there. Alright, up last for the episode today is we have Nandy. Missed up here. Nandy's sitting here with Marco. Now, when you have 2 ships together, they can, if they want to, negotiate, and they can trade items and crew and all that. But early on in the game like this, they don't really want to talk to each other. They got their own agendas. And so we're going to see what Nandy wants to do. She's still sitting at Persephone. She's got some good crew now. Maybe she wants to move. I don't know. We're going to find out. Alright, Nandy has got on board River and Simon, but she does still want to look for some more crew. She's at Persephone right now. She is going to take a look at the discard pile of Persephone. She only has $700 though, so she could buy the ship grade for $600. Nav chart. She's not going to consider either of those because she's looking for crew. So we're going to take a look at the top 3 cards of the Persephone deck. And what does she find in there? She finds a very fine hat. 1,000. She doesn't have the money. Can't even. Well, oh my goodness. And a mule. After completing a crime job, lower cargo, 1,000 credits there. Oh, here we go. So there's a gun hand, a merc, expendable when killed, discard instead of removing from play. Gives her a gun, $100. She can hire a crew for nothing. So she just convinces the gun hand to join her ship. The other 2 go into the discard pile. Alright, let's add the gun hand to the Esmeralda. Alright, it's a good thing she can hire a crew for nothing. That's her special ability because she only has 700 credits. This is her Badger job. She's not started yet. And she adds the gun hand. So now she's got a couple of guns, a couple of mechanic skills, a couple of negotiate. Actually, that's not bad. And 700 cash. Alright, she will initiate a full burn because she is going somewhere. So she's going to spend a fuel. Her ship can go 5. Now she can spend 2 fuel to go 7, but she's only going to spend 1 to initiate full burn. So let's get her moving through the verse. All right, Nandy's going to start moving the Esmeralda, and her first move is going to be right here. Whoops, as shouldn't have lifted that up. She's going to slide over here to Lux, and that's an Alliance Space card, and it's keep flying. No problems at all. Her second move is going to be into this Alliance Space. Another Alliance card, and oh boy! Requires discard... Oh, Alliance Interrogation. Oh god, she's an outlaw ship. Detained for questioning. Requires discarding one crew. Keep flying. Or she can try negotiating charm and sidearms. She would need an 8 for negotiation. And then she would keep flying. So let's see if she can negotiate her way out of this. So let's take a look at her character player area. It looks like she needs an 8. Let's see what she's got going for her. Alright, well, her first check, well, she can just discard a crew. She could just get rid of her gun hand. But I think she's going to try and negotiate her way through this for the fun of it. So she needs an 8. She has 2, but she also has River. Now, River's ability is before any test, so before the negotiate test, roll a die. Now, Simon gives her +2, so 2 and 3 would be 5, giving her... what happens if you get higher than 6? 3 of any chosen skill. I think you just get 3 of any chosen skill. Alright, I'm going to get out the dice tray here. Everything's spread around my room so much. Get the dice tray, and we're going to see what she can get. Now remember, we add +2 to this. So 5 and 2 is 7, so I'm going to say that's going to be 6. That's a 6. That is absolutely a 6. And so for River, this is so cool. So River and Nandy together, 3 of any chosen skill. Well, obviously the chosen skill is going to be negotiate. So that's going to give her a total of 5 for negotiate. So 5, she just needs to roll a 3 or higher to pass the negotiation skill. And she rolls a 4, so she gets 9. So Nandy and River charm the Alliance interrogation crew, and they let her keep flying. I love it. All right, let's get back to the board. She's got some more space to try and cover. All right, that was only Nandy's second movement. She's got, of course, a speed of 5 if she wants to, so 1, 2. She's got 1 more movement, and guess what? She's moving right in here with us, with Corbin and our Firefly, for her final movement, I think, is what she's telling us. And, oh god, customs inspection. Prepare to be boarded. Oh my goodness. Option: contraband and fugitives not in your stash are seized, full stop. Well, that's okay. Spend a field warrant issued. Well, no. She's just going to say, yeah, go ahead, board the ship. Contraband and fugitives not in your stash are seized. So they're just looking for contraband and fugitives. They are not looking for River and Simon, because it doesn't say characters with warrants on them. Pretty sure fugitives are what they say, fugitives. Anyway, fugitives can't be confiscated from the Esmeralda and from Nandy as her special abilities anyway, so she's going to full stop. That's where she wanted to go anyway. So there she is, and that's going to be the end of her turn, and I think that's going to be the end of our episode for today. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. This is Firefly, the board game. We're playing a complete 3-player game. We're playing the mission, or the goal, called Harkin's Folly. We all need to get solid with Amandul, Patience, Nishka, and Badger to complete the first goal and move on to try and win the game for this next 2 goals. So thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow for the continuation Firefly, the board game.